This is part true. You won't find very many people who are Afro-American who will admit it. But if it is true, why? It is true that there is a sluggishness, intellectual sluggishness, academic sluggishness in almost any Negro community. But this exists only because of the result that has come upon us through years and years of slavery and being held down in this society. And this is why I made reference to the book Crisis in Black and White. This particular man gives a very good scientific analysis as to why this lethargy exists in the Negro community. It is something that has been created by the system. The system is designed to make the Negro student lose his interest in education almost before he even gets started in school. And the parents, usually, who are also limited where education is concerned and who have run into so many barriers and obstacles despite the fact they had education, sometimes they ask themselves, what's the use? So as long as the system that we are in exists, and this system, the survival of this system, depends upon the continued exploitation of the black man in this country. The survival of it depends upon the continued degrading of the black man in this country and the necessity of using us as the whipping boy and the alibi and the excuse. As long as this system exists, then you will find that our people will have the same attitude toward education. And they have a justified, I should say, they have an attitude that can be explained. But at the same time, the burden rests upon the leaders of the Afro-American community to try and instill within the youth especially the desire to further their education, because without it, you're not going anywhere on this earth today.
Seeing that is why it's kind of hard to navigate as a black man in that particular school system, especially after you realize that so much of it is not about liberation or growth of black young girls and young men, but more of a piece of containment. Wow. Right? To tell you what your identity is, what your self-worth is, and all these particular things, how to be productive in this particular society for the folks who are at the top of the society, and not about how to use your education to uplift a race of people who were not invited. We didn't receive an invitation to the country.
Question. What we got for Wednesday? Yeah, we've got Bernard Kramer.
Yeah.
And he's silverbacking out here.
Yes, sir.
And so this is part 2 of our Black Educator series. So we're going to reach out to all the other black educators we know. Hopefully they can be a part of the chat, and have different questions and help as far as that goes. Also, he has a book, right, Self? What's the name of that?
Who Stole the Soul? Let me get the exact.
Yeah, you're actually reading it now, right?
Yeah, it's very good reading too. I'm enjoying it so far. Just chapter 3. Who Stole the Soul? The Weaponization of Hip Hop. A historical and social critical perspective.
All right. Well, I haven't started reading it yet. We're just really going to tease it. So Wednesday is not about the book, but actually, we'll kind of slightly go over it. But we intend to have all of these authors that we know and that hopefully bless us with interviews like he's agreed to do, come back, and we're going to have a full panel, and Self Love and I will have either each read each book, or Self would have read one and I read the other, and then we can sit down and have intellectual discourse.
Absolutely.
I'm a writer myself, so I take little pokes and stuff like that, but these guys, they've walked through the fire and they've gotten their thing to print, they've gotten it published, so salute and big ups to them. And I know as a writer, the greatest respect, lip service is lip service. The greatest respect that you can provide to a writer is actually reading the material.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. So that's where we're at. So that's going to be for.
His family joins us with more. Rona.
That's right. Carlton Weekly's life ended on Tuesday. His family says that happened while he was shopping for his son in the city's Gold Coast neighbourhood. They want peace in the wake of his death, but they also had some choice words for the mayor.
She should be ashamed of herself.
Sheena Weekly is talking about Mayor Laurie Lightfoot, saying these comments were uncalled for.
My understanding is that this was an individual who fancies himself as a rapper, but is also a member of a gang. There's been an ongoing conflict between his gang and another.
Weekly says her son was a rapper.
Also known to the music industry as FBG Duck. He has 3 beautiful sons and 1 daughter. His oldest is 5 and the youngest is 3.
All now left to grow up with just memories of a father.
And it's instilled in them. They know who their dad is. They know who their dad was.
But this family has been ripped apart by gun violence before.
In 2017, I lost my cousin and my oldest son at the same time. Him and my cousin were ambushed and shot dead on the street.
With 2 sons now lost to gun violence, all she wants is peace.
As his mother, I want to say, please put the guns down.
Along with punishment for her son's killer.
I know Carlton is going to get justice.
Now, Weekly also lost a 3rd child back in 2014 in a house fire, so she will be burying 3 children inside 6 years. Right now, police say the case is still under investigation. They are talking to witnesses and reviewing security footage, but so far, no arrests.
Poor lady, it's wonderful.
His mother, I want to say, please put the guns down.
Along with punishment for her son's killer.
I know Carlton is going to get justice.
Now, Weekly also lost a 3rd child back in 2014 in a house fire, so she will be burying 3 children inside 6 years. Right now, police say the case is still under investigation. They are talking to witnesses and reviewing security footage, but so far, no arrests.
Poor lady, it's wonderful.